This is Killer Innovations, a show about ideas, creativity, and how you can innovate. Welcome to the Innovator's Garage, where you learn to create your next game-changing killer innovation.
As we learned in segment 1, companies in the Unreasonable Institute are working on ideas to truly change the world, to be for-profit, social innovation companies literally looking at how do you attack the big challenges that we have on a global scale. And the founders saw a problem, and they're singularly focused on the problem that they're going after. I'm Phil McKinney, and you're listening to Killer Innovations. If you're listening live, just don't sit there, participate. Join us via Twitter using the hashtag KILive. So in this segment, we're actually going to talk to one of the companies. They had their Launchpad event on Friday, where all the founders told their stories in a big event here in Boulder. I got to listen to it, and we're going to listen to 2 of them. But right now, we're going to have one of those founders share the story. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, thank you for having me. My name is Gavin Armstrong, and I'm the founder and president of Lucky Iron Fish.
I have to tell you something. When I heard the title and the name of your company on Friday night, I had no idea where your pitch was going to go. So give us the 60-second kind of radio commercial. What is Lucky Iron Fish?
So iron deficiency is the world's most common micronutrient issue. It negatively impacts the lives of 3.5 billion people.
Hold it. Billion,
half of the world's population. And iron deficiency rates have increased since the year 2000 by 10%. So current treatments simply are not working. So we have developed a simple technology, the Lucky Iron Fish, that's going to change that. So what the Lucky Iron Fish is, it's a simple iron ingot that you cook with it. If you cook with it for just 10 minutes, if you're boiling your water or making soup, it can release up to 90% of your daily required iron intake. One fish is reusable and can last for over 5 years.
So, okay. How did you get into, one, focusing on the problem of iron deficiency? So where was that spark? What was the thing you saw that got you all excited about this?
Well, what got me really excited is knowing that iron deficiency is a global problem, complex problem. The World Bank estimates it has a $70 billion loss on the global economy every year. It impacts half of the world's population.
Hold on. $70 billion annually loss because of iron deficiency.
Loss of income in households, loss of ability to participate in the workforce, and loss of cognitive development in children.
Holy smokes. So you identified the problem as being, but look, we all take supplements, right? The big market here in the U.S. is, multivitamins that you take your iron as part of that. Doesn't that solve the problem?
So it's very easy to rely on being a pill-popping culture. Iron supplements not only are expensive, but because of their negative side effects, they actually have a compliance rate of about 33% in Cambodia, where the Lucky Iron Fish, because we don't have any side effects and because it's so simple to use, has a compliance rate of 92%.
Wow. So you're starting off right now in Cambodia, right? So but your solution plays out globally. I mean, even in the U.S., someone could throw it into their pot and it would work perfectly.
Absolutely. Iron deficiency does not discriminate between the developed and developing world. An estimated 10% of Americans have iron deficiency. 20% of women who have just given birth in the U.S. have iron deficiency. So it's a problem here as well.
Wow.
We're moving the iron fish to be in retail markets here in the U.S. We currently sell it online on our website at luckyironfish.com. And if you buy one for yourself, we actually give one away for free to an NGO network in Cambodia.
Really? So if an American buys that product from your website, Lucky Iron Fish, you then will do one for one. They get their fish, and then you make one available for someone in Cambodia.
We do, and it's not going to be our end model. I think there are better ways that we can invest in improving the health of people around the world who need it. But right now, this is the way we're doing that.
Wow, that's amazing. So Friday night, I heard you tell your story when you had to fit your entire story into 5 minutes on stage here at the Launchpad event Friday night here in Boulder.
5 minutes and 10 seconds.
5 minutes and 10 seconds. So they give you 10 seconds for the intro piece, right?
Yeah.
But you told the story or a little bit about how you actually got it to be shaped like a fish and where you started at originally. So talk me through that again. I think it's a fascinating story.
Yeah, so the original concept was invented by a student, Christopher Charles, from the University of Guelph, and he came up with the idea of cooking with cast iron and boiling water. And though this was scientifically effective, nobody wanted to do it. It made no sense to put an ugly piece of metal into your cooking pot. But after some research, he discovered that the symbol of a fish is a symbol of luck in Cambodia. So we actually shaped that piece of iron like a fish, called it the happy fish, and that's when we saw the really high compliance rates.
So no change in what I would call product functionality is purely from the standpoint of the psychological effect of, do I drop a block of iron into my pot, or do I drop this fish into the pot?
Yep, and then what we saw in the trials was people put it in because they wanted their households to be lucky, and then when they started feeling better, they were saying, oh, it works, it actually is, it's lucky, and my kids are doing better in school, I'm not passing out anymore, and so they believe in the luck.
That's amazing. So what was some of the challenges you had getting this thing started and actually getting it to where it is today?
I mean, that's typical, I think, a founder of an entrepreneur, of an activity. It's trying to understand the market. So I was very arrogant, thinking this is such an amazing idea. Everybody's going to want it. I'm going to sell it door to door, and we'll be fine. To be sustainable, we had to sell around 200 a month, and in 6 months we sold about 3. But the sales model did not work, and so had to take a step back, learn from that mistake, and understand how current individuals get their iron supplementation, and how I can actually go into existing networks, not try and reinvent the wheel.
So what was that pivot then? It was really about just trying to find the way to actually make it attractive to your target population you're trying to help.
Well, why would we want to compete with NGOs who are providing health fortification programs? Why not work with them?
Right.
They're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on iron supplement pills. So why not say, this is a cheaper, more sustainable solution. Why don't you provide this on your networks instead? So working together is how we're getting the fish into the pots of those who need it.
And I'm going to guess that you probably had what I refer to as some innovation antibodies in the NGOs. You coming in with such a simple solution, and they're like, oh, no, we're the experts. That's not going to work.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to name names, but we've definitely
oh, come on.
We definitely still experience that. It's getting over the simplicity of our product is our biggest barrier. Cooking with iron is a concept that's been done since 500 BC. It's been around for centuries, and so we just need to tell people this works. The research is proven. Let's get it into the pots.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing. A lot of people think of innovation has got to be this big complex. You got to have all the feature sets. And complexity equals innovation. But in this case, the simplicity of this is what I found just so attractive to the idea when I heard it Friday night at the event about really something as simple as just cooking with iron into the food and letting that iron be absorbed in and be consumed by the people.
Yep.
So if people want to follow what you're doing, how can they find you?
So our website is simple, luckyironfish.com. Twitter and Facebook is just Lucky Iron Fish. And if someone wants to buy one, we ship around the world at luckyironfish.com.
That's great. So really quick, give me one thing that's between you and success.
It's really identifying that simple solutions can solve complex problems.
Oh, that is fantastic. So if you're listening, follow them and get your lucky fish and help somebody else also in the process of that purchasing. Thanks for spending the time with us.
Thank you.
I don't know about you, but stories like that put everything in perspective. So as a mentor to some of these companies, and there's 10 more here at the Institute, and there's more stories like this. So stay tuned. We actually have another founder that'll be telling their story, and when we come back, we're going to have that founder share with us. I'm Phil McKinney, and this is Killer Innovations.